Hello and welcome to your October market update. Home values are still climbing but at a slower pace now. Nationally, home values rose by just 1% over the last quarter, marking the lowest growth rate for a three-month period since March last year. This slowdown is largely due to more homeowners looking to sell, which has increased the number of listings by 3.2% in comparison to the same time last year. So essentially, we've got more stock on the market. This rise in listings is typical as we head into the spring and summer months, and historically, these are the busiest periods for property sales, which is a great time for buyers. Interestingly, the level of available stock hasn't been this high for this period since about 2021. The Adelaide market. Now, in Adelaide, home value gains appear to have peaked at this stage, with a 4% increase over the latest quarter. Sales highlights: Adelaide's housing values rose by another 1.3% in September, consistent with August growth, reinforcing Adelaide's position as one of the strongest markets in the country. The 4% quarterly rise in Adelaide has added an additional $31,000 to the median housing value. Great if you're a homeowner, not so good for people still looking to buy. The median house price is now $856,856. There you go, it's a nice round number. The median unit price is $564,854, while listing numbers are increasing due to the season that we're in, being spring, and they remain 12% lower than a year ago, indicating we're still in a bit of a seller's market with lower stock in Adelaide, although not so much nationally. Homes are selling in an average of 26 days compared to 31 days at the same time last year, which still means it's a strong selling market here in Adelaide. Moving on to the rental market update now. We are finally seeing signs of it levelling out, which is good for tenants. In fact, Adelaide saw a 0.6% decrease in the weekly asking price for houses and a 2.2% decrease for units. Adelaide's annual rent growth remains still annual if we average it out at 9.7% for houses and 13.5% for units. The average rental price for houses is now $652 a week, and for units it's $499 a week. The outlook as we see it here at Turner is that inflation is now more within the target range, sitting between that 2 and 4%, which is a big deal because that's what will bring down interest rates. And in fact, the economies in the US and the UK have already reduced their interest rates, so it is a very high likelihood that Australia will do the same thing early next year. Right now does seem to be a pretty good time for buyers. It's still not perfect, there's still an undersupply of properties, but the market is slightly softer in Adelaide, and if the interest rates do reduce, most likely at the beginning of next year, I think that will spur on the market once again and make it harder for buyers. So for buyers out there, I certainly think now is a good time. It's been a little bit better than most to be nice and active if you can. In terms of how we can help at Turner Real Estate, please do go to our website. I say this regularly, but it's a big help to you. You can register as a buyer, you can register as a renter. We now put all of our properties for rent on there first, particularly the ones that are coming up for renewal to be leased. They're always put on there 7 days prior to the major portals. We're also doing a lot with Turner Exclusive in sales, which means most of our properties are also going on to Turner Real Estate first, where we do a buy match of all of our registered buyers as a first step. So please do go there. We've got lots of houses for sale and rent. Of course, you can always phone the team or send us an email. Web address, turnerrealestate.com.au, or my number if you need it, 0403 272087. That's 0403 272087. All the best out there. We'll talk to you next month.